Massive welcome to everyone tuning in, whether you're a regular or this is your first time here in the North Bank. We have put together a channel that is simply to build and prosper a community, and we want this to be a fun, respectful, and safe space where you can debate anything football, whether you agree with us or think we are talking absolute, you know what, nonsense. We all love the game and especially Arsenal. So let's keep the chat lively and keep it respectful. Come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you
So,
Gunners.
totally, mate. Totally, mate. So, I'll do my introductions. In the middle, obviously, we have the man, the myth, the legend. He is my right hand man, my left hand man. He helps me with everything. I help him with everything. Rich, Statman, how you doing, mate?
I'm brilliant. I'm loving being the meat in the sandwich, and I've just slapped some mustard on.
Before I go to the other guy as well, quite a bright Sunday for us, isn't it? Considering what happened today.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And of
Me and
course, he's not on
me and the sandwich. I'm leaving, bro.
well, at least you're the top, at least you're the top slice. You know what I mean? And the man of mystery, the Scottish wonder. We can only assume that he's gorgeous and vibrant and what other nice words can I use? Whatever nice words you can think of, people. It's obviously Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good, broski. Thanks for having me.
No worries, no worries. He's gone. He's dropped. He'll be back in a second. He's obviously having an issue. Right. Hello, everybody in the chat. How you doing? Hope you've enjoyed your Sunday so far. It was a great result today, Arsenal versus Portsmouth. Give us a score out of 10, what you think of the Arsenal performance in the comments, if you don't mind. And come and join us because I'll have loads more questions for you throughout the show. We'll try and get Mark back in a minute. He's had an issue there, obviously. Right, we'll start with the game. Oh, he's back. He's back, so that's good. Right. Sorry, Mark. Let's do your introduction again. How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm good, bro. Just don't allow me to touch my settings like during the pod.
Right. Do not touch your settings. All right.
Don't mess with a PP.
Yeah. Don't mess with it. Put that electric fly swatter down. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Jesus
so,
God.
So yeah, as I was saying, guys, in the chat, give us a rating out of 10. What you think of the Arsenal performance today against Portsmouth? Right, guys, we have to talk about the game first, and then we'll touch on other stuff that's happened to Arsenal throughout this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, you weren't on the watch along, so I'm going to let you go first. Right. Give us your breakdown of the game, mate. Starting with the lineup, and then obviously into the game. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the lineup was a bit shock, to be honest. Norgard coming out of defence days, and like I said that during the watch along, Norgard coming out of defence, it was like I didn't even know he could play there, to be honest. So that was a major concern. Touching on the actual game, I actually made a wild prediction of like 5-0, like I always do, Des, and I actually predicted a hat trick and 2 own goals.
Yeah, you did. You actually did, yes.
And I almost got it right. So, which if I had a fiver on that, mate, I reckon we could do all retired.
Probably, yeah.
So yeah, but no, the set pieces again, and Martinelli, absolute superb, took his goals brilliantly. Missed by Jesus was like shocking. The one that he put onto the post, that was like basically an own goal. That was pretty horrendous. But yeah, but diving too deep in, it's great. We're through, and that's how you could ask. The quad's still on. The dream of the quad's still on anyway. And that's exactly what it was. But yeah, it's enjoyable, and fair play to Portsmouth as well, guys. I really do want to give them like a massive shout out. They stayed to the very end. They clapped. Do you know what? They clapped their team off the park. Absolute fantastic support that they guys did, and fair play to them. So my respect levels of Portsmouth have went up. But it was like pretty on the floor anyway because Richard's from Portsmouth, so I was never going to like respect Portsmouth.
So it's Richard's fault. It's Richard's fault.
Yeah. So it just came up a tad. It's came up a tad, but yeah. Overall, brilliant performance and we move and we've given good game time to people and so yeah, fantastic. Life could be worse. We could be Tottenham.
Brilliant. Go for it, Rich. Go into as many stats as you want as well if you want to. You just do your thing, bro.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll just give an overview before we go. I don't know if we're going to break it down half by half, but
I just
line up.
Yeah, we will do, but I just want your feelings on it.
Yeah, line up wasn't that much surprise. I mean, I think the biggest surprise for me that once he dropped Norgard into defence was that he decided to play Marino as a lone six and have Eza and Nwaneri as right and left eights. Pretty much the team as I expected. Other than that, and I said if he put Norgard in defence, I expected Royce to start in the lone six and Marino and Eza to be the left and right eights.
Right. Okay. Were you actually happy with the performance, or did you expect more?
I think we could have. I think we could play better, but I think two things probably contributed to that. A, the weather, and the B was the fact that this team up in that setup won't have played any minutes, proper competitive minutes together. So to gel and get those connections and play fluid was always going to be a big ask. But I think we did okay. I'd have given that a 7 out of 10. You got you struggled for huge parts, but you got to win and progress. So you can't be unhappy with it.
No, I agree. I mean, we did a review show last night, and we said he would make 8 or 9 changes, and he definitely did, didn't he?
Yeah, it was 10 changes in all. I think what they said on TV. So,
well,
so it shows the depth and quality of the squad we've got, doesn't it?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. We did it with a touch of style. I mean, I know we went one down pretty quickly, and we'll go into the first half, and we'll do both halves in a minute. But we did it with a touch of style today, lads. I was watching it, and I didn't feel any pressure. How did you feel about that, Mark?
Yeah, I didn't feel any pressure at all, mate. Yeah, like even when they scored this, I just, do you know what? I felt like really relaxed. There's something different about this Arsenal side, Des, if I'm being honest. We have got so much depth, and yes, there is going to be a drop off from our first team to our second team. You're always going to get that, but player on player, it's not really that horrendous, Des. It's probably the best it's ever been, to be honest. Even like, I know that I'm kind of rambling a bit, but even if you go back to the Invincible time, we didn't have a squad this good, even way back in the 80s. So we've never had a squad this good. So I felt comfortable today. I felt even when they scored, it was like, and fair play to them, they got their celebration, but even when they scored, I always felt that we were going to come back to this. We really felt we were going to come back. So I didn't feel any pressure at all.
Right.
That's why it's in the chat I'm not used to most of the
day. Same question to you, Richard. Were you feeling any pressure at any time, or was it pretty smooth riding for you?
No, I mean it was pretty easy going. I haven't this season in many games felt tense. I think there's one when Seema was doing a watch along with us, and she's a nervous nervous co-host, and that makes you nervous. And the other one, I think, was the Brighton game, and there'll be only 2 games this season I felt a little bit nervous in.
That's cool. That's cool. Right, I'll just quickly go through the Arsenal lineup in case anybody has missed it today or they didn't watch the watch along. So we had Kepa in goal, we had Gabriel, Ben White, excuse me, Miles Willis-Skelly, and we had Norgard in defence. As Mark has said, you were asking the question quite a lot, Norgard in defence before the game started, Mark, yeah? So that was your defence, yeah? So you kept her in goal, and that was your defence. Then in midfield, we had Mourinho. Who else did we have? Let's see. It's all gone mixed up.
Ezra and Nwaneri.
Ezra and Nwaneri, yeah. And then up front, we had Jesus, Madueke, and Martinelli. Martinelli? Who's Martinelli? He's got like really, really posh, hasn't he? Martinelli. So the starting 11, yeah, was a total. I mean, there was no Saliba today due to he wasn't even in the ground. He'd been rested, which at first I'm glad to hear it's not an injury. It was just rested, you know. So not the team we are used to at all. Richard, when you first saw that team, what were your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I was reasonably happy. I mean, I think when we did the preview show, there were ones where I said I probably wouldn't have even taken Odegaard, and I would have probably completely rested Zubimendi as well. But they came and got minutes, but I was quite happy with that. It gave people rest. It gave people that hadn't had many minutes, and you're trying to keep the legs going and keep minutes in the tank, and for players that don't play long, and also keep those minutes in the legs of players who are only getting 20 minutes as subs for the next game along. So I think tick boxes. Havertz come back from injury, put in a decent spell, tick box. So Skelly played nearly 50 minutes with a yellow card and survived. Tick. So and he got better as the game went on. So I think Arteta ticked all the boxes he needed to tick.
Mark, we know how you felt about the lineup, but break it down in your words. And who, for a bit of variety, mate, who would have been your starting 11? Not Arteta's, yours.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's difficult because you've got Mascara. I was kind of hoping Mascara would have been back today, but obviously it's maybe a game too soon for him. And that's why Norgard's came in. I don't think I would have played Gabriel. I think I would have changed that. Because Gabriel's just coming back from like an injury as well, Des. So I think that I probably would have flipped that, and I do get like Hincapi's played a lot of football, so Saliba. But I just wonder if I would have dropped Gabriel. But yeah, that's maybe that. I think I would have probably had Saliba and Hincapi as my partnership today, and gave Gabriel the rest. Miles with Skelly 100% on the left. Happy with Ben White on the right. That's totally fine. They need minutes, obviously. I would have brought Norgard in, but I would have put Norgard as the 6. And I would put Mourinho beside him with Eze. I wouldn't have played Ethan, and I was surprised at that today that Eze and Ethan started this game. I was quite shocked in that, to be honest. But yeah, and then I would have kept the front 3 the exact same as what it was today. Norrie's needing to get more minutes, obviously. Jesus, although you had an absolute, honestly, that miss was absolutely shocking. I think I would have scored that. so that was there, and then obviously Martinelli, and you never know Martinelli to score from set pieces, and there you are today. So it was great to see, Des. It was absolutely great to see, and I don't know if I kind of would have foreseen or that defence today. I just don't think so. I could have had a million guesses today at Arsenal's defence, and I would still not have picked that one.
No, that's fair enough, mate. Thanks for your comments. Appreciate it. One surprise for me, and that I'm not taking anything away from Jesus, by the way. I thought this would have been the game to start Gyökeres, and I think it might have given him a bit of confidence. I think Gyökeres would have been strong today against Portsmouth, but it wasn't to be. I don't disagree with any of the other changes because it's a rotation and it's it's a lower club, but only because they're in a lower division. I don't mean to take anything away from Pompey. They came and they, like you guys have said, they came and they gave us a game. And big up to them, respect to them. Yeah. But we're going to go into the first half now, and it starts off pretty quickly because Portsmouth actually, from kickoff, started off really quick. And obviously they scored Bishop in the first 5 minutes. I actually thought it was the first 3, but it was actually the first 5. And to be quite honest, he scored a poacher's goal. Kepa was unlucky, made a good save, but it just went to the wrong player. So, Mark, give us your thoughts on the Portsmouth goal, man.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I mean, it's against Arsenal, so I'm never going to be happy that we concede a goal. But there's so many times that you actually want clubs to get that goal, like the small guy in the battle to get like a bit of a win, and that stadium erupted, and it really helped. It was a good save by Kepa. It was just unlucky. It was absolutely unlucky. You're absolutely right. There's the finish. If you're going to drop the ball, or sorry, not drop the ball, but if the ball's going to come back out, and you do not want to drop to your striker who had an emphatic finish, and but it kind of set up the actual game days, the atmosphere. Through what I was picking up on TV, the atmosphere was like pretty electric, and that goal just absolutely pumped the stadium up. With half of the people there parking in an Asda car park, I do have to add that, and I don't know why it happened, but
I'm sure there'll be an inquiry somewhere along the line.
Your manager's going to be waiting for you next time you're at work, Richard.
It's not me. It's Evology and Horizon parking. But they allow those things.
I've got to be honest.
Plenty of trolleys, but no car parking spaces.
I've got to be honest. There was a lot of energy at Fratton Park today from the crowd, from the play. It was a high energy game in all aspects. Richard, your thoughts on the point? Sorry, Mark, go on.
No, I'm just going to say you're absolutely right, Des. It was really high energy. They really went for it. They were like, let's go and have a go at Arsenal at home, and they really did. Sorry, I do apologise for that.
That's all right. You warned us about that though, Richard, didn't you? About the fans being that they will give their all. And
I mean, the one thing about Pompey fans is home or away, you will hear them for 90 minutes. They are loud, proud, and raucous. And as I said, my workplace, Asda, is a mile away, and I can hear them every match day. And you know when a goal goes for them, and you know when a goal goes against them, because the crowd, you can hear the crowd's reaction. So, but yeah, I mean, it does. As I also pointed out that the weather would play a factor, that in that stadium the wind swirls around. It's quite like a cauldron in there, and it doesn't just blow one way. It seems to be blowing several ways at once, and it would make for a difficult game. And we got that. Pompey started really well. I don't think Madwecki should be losing the ball by the edge of his own box, which allowed the player to get the ball to the edge of the box and them to get a strike off. Could Kepa have pushed it further away? Maybe, but I think that you're being really harsh if you do that. And Colby Bishop,
He took his chance, mate.
their main man, is reacted quickest and finished well, didn't he? And we're going that half. We seem to get a bit more control after that. And if you looked at the match flow, all the goals were being scored on the peak, the highest point of control each team had.
Yeah. Go on.
And it was, we'd also discussed in pre-match that Pompey had conceded 14 goals from set pieces, so the set pieces would probably provide a goal for us, and probably would be the one to get us underway. It did turn out that way, didn't it? So, even if it was slightly fortuitous.
Yeah, it did. I mean, and we say it all the time for Arsenal. We have to take our chances, and Portsmouth did. You know, they had that chance and they took it. You know, it's as simple as that. And we're always saying about Arsenal, we'll do all right today as long as we take our chances. You know?
Yeah.
So then we're moving on, right? So it only took. Sorry, Bishop did score in the 3rd minute. I don't know where I've got the 5th minute from, but it was the 3rd minute. So it only took us 5 minutes to respond. Yeah. It was a set piece, I believe, was it not?
Corner.
Mark? Yeah, go on then, Rich. It's set piece. Break it down for us, mate.
Yeah, get corner on the left. It's put in towards sort of the centre of the goal. It falls, and there's a bit of a scramble between Norgard and the Pompey player, and it looks like it comes off the Pompey player last, and he's the one to put it completely over the line.
Just before you carry on, Richard, it's been credited as an own goal to Dazelle. I thought it was Norgard.
Yeah, it looked like that. Even on initial replay, we saw it looked like Norgard had poked it home, but they did show an angle where actually the Norgard gets a foot to it and the Pompey player toes it over the line completely. So, but it's because of the quality on the corners and the players we've got in the box to cause havoc and mayhem.
My camera's gone off, boys, and I don't know why, and I can't get it back on.
So there's two in the dark, two messing around in the dark, and me in the.
I'll just leave it for now because I don't want to mess around. Oh, there it is. I've seen the tab now, so hopefully I can switch it back on. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll just right. It was a scrappy goal, Mark. A scrappy goal, but we'll take them, won't we? What was your thoughts on it, mate?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I was actually, I was watching one with you guys. I actually thought it was Norgard, and I was making the joke, thought the best centre back in Europe has scored. It scored, and it's a shame that it is actually an own goal. It is a shame that it is an own goal and he won't get credited, but he done quite amazing. But do you know what this? We are such a threat. Like that wasn't. See, even if you think like not even our first team are on the park and we're scoring set pieces, we are such a threat from them, and it's no coincidence. There's no coincidence why teams are scoring own goals. For us, the deliveries are just evil, and we just seem to. It's just a different answer, Des, to any question that gets done. So it's no coincidence. There's going to be more own goals scored this season from teams against Arsenal, and it is simply because the deliveries are just absolutely frightening. And Declan Rice wasn't on the pitch, mate. And like he's probably the best delivery of set pieces that we've got. So yeah, incredible.
So Jay,
just incredible.
Yeah. So Jesus had a good chance after that, but he should have scored it. Like I think you've said already, Mark, he should have scored it, and it went wide, didn't it? Or did it hit the post? I can't remember off the top
Hit
of
the
my head.
post.
Hit the post,
It's
right?
an open goal. It was an open goal. It was absolutely shocking. This like there's
So
nothing
we
to
should have
say
been
about it. It was
we should have been 2 up in about 12 minutes, but we weren't. Then I believe did we have the penalty before Martin? We did, didn't we? We had the
we had the penalty.
Yeah, the Madweke penalty. Right. It was a penalty. When I watched it, I said straight away it was a penalty. I think everybody in the chat said it was a penalty. You said it was a penalty, Rich. Agree?
Yeah. First time he puts his arm on his shoulder, which wouldn't have been enough for a penalty, but then he catches his leg as well, the back of his leg, and takes him down, and that the two bits together contributes it to being a penalty.
Right. Okay. You thought it was a penalty as well, Mark? Yeah.
yeah, no, Stonewall penalty. Rangers right. The touch's probably not enough, but there is also more contact there, and yeah, do you need to speak about the penalty? It was awful.
Well,
it was.
only well, we do for context, but also only in the respect of that. Me and Richard wanted 3 goals minimum, and oh no, Martinelli must have scored first because it would have made it 3 goals minimum. Rich,
Yeah.
So Martinelli in the 25th minute scored first, and that was that off a set piece or was that the cross?
Yeah, that was a set piece. That was a set piece.
Right, set piece again. Ole.
Yeah, it was his second goal that was a open play goal. So
yeah, and then his third one was off the back of his head, wasn't it? But we'll get into
Yeah.
that in a minute. So yeah, sorry, I apologise. Martinelli scored first from a set piece. Then he hit the post. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hit the post.
I
believe Mark was kicking off. Mark was kicking off in the chat because he hit the post. Do you remember, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we get the penalty. Right. Sorry, I've muddled it up a bit. Sorry, I thought the penalty came first. I do apologise. So got the penalty. What's with this started run up? Why didn't he just smash it, Mark?
No,
why didn't he
yeah.
Go on, Rich. No, go on. You've started. So you
the started run up made the keeper go the wrong way, but once you put the keeper the wrong way, you have to hit the target.
Yeah, exactly. And it went wide. So
yeah,
you should have just smashed it. What's your thought? We have to talk about it, Mark. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, like I think once you send the keeper the wrong way, you do hit the target. That's like bare minimum. And it just looked like a howler of a penalty. Because he put it up but wide. It was seriously, it was really, really poor, and everything that he done on the build up was perfect because he has got the keeper to go in the wrong way. But it's just there's honestly, I see when I used to play, I just put my foot through the ball.
Yeah,
and like that was it. And just make sure you hit the target, get your foot through the ball, and that's it. This starter run up. I mean, a lot of our players do it, but dear God, that was it. That was awful. It was an awful penalty. Like I can't even make excuses for it. It was horrendous.
I've got to say, if it was Gyökeres, he'd have just put his foot through it.
No, 100%. Gyökeres would put the keep goalkeeper through the
goal. Saka would have done the same.
No, 100%.
Yeah. So basically, half time, Portsmouth go in 2-1 down. They've done well to keep it to 2-1 because it could have been 4-1 if Martinelli hadn't hit the post and Jesus hadn't. Well, it could have been 5-1 if Martinelli hadn't hit the post, Jesus hadn't have put it wide, and Madweke missing a penalty. So 2 goals up at half time. We come out for the second half. The weather hasn't changed. It's still nasty out there. The crowd is still loud, still raucous, still enjoying themselves. You know, you can hear both sets of fans singing. Portsmouth are really, really trying. I've got to give them some due. Portsmouth are really, really trying. They've made some substitutes. Yeah. Then 51 minutes, 6 minutes into the second half, Martinelli scores a nice goal from a cross. I believe it was Madueke who put the ball in. Nice slide at the back post, puts it in. Rich, your breakdown of that one, mate?
Yeah, I mean it comes a bit earlier than that because we have a foul just inside our half, and Skelly, first bit of decent play he's had in the game, and he puts it through, and it was Jesus who got the ball through, got the ball, and he was the one who fed Martinelli. Madueke was on his outside, and it's the fact that he took the free kick quickly and he threaded it through pretty much an eye of a needle through 3 or 4 Portsmouth players to Jesus to get that ball across, and then Martinelli does the right thing. He goes with his wrong foot and puts it in the net, because if he'd done it with his left foot, which is his natural foot, he would have missed that.
Yeah. Mark, your breakdown of the second Martinelli goal, mate?
Yeah, Richard's just nailed it in a wonder that there's not much to add to that at all. And you're right, Richard, if you had went with the stronger foot, he probably misses it completely. So fair play to him for doing that, but I can't really add anything to it. I mean, it was Richard's touch, we got that bang one.
Fair enough, mate. I'll come to you for the third goal then that happened in the 72nd. Am I missing anything out, Richard, before I go on to this third goal?
No, I don't think there was much.
I don't think there's anything that. Hold on. Yeah, there was the Portsmouth player who pulled up with hamstring, and they'd used all their substitutes.
Yeah, Uche or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
They were actually down. He's injury prone, unfortunately.
They were down to 10 men for the rest of the game. Yeah, well, you saw it in real life. You saw it in real life, didn't you? It's like real time. Right, Richard's done a walk off like he normally does, mate. So, 72nd minute, Gabriel scores his hat trick. Martinelli scores his hat trick. Ball comes off the top of his head from a set piece again. Give us what your thoughts on it were.
Yeah, brilliant finish. It was sometimes like the deliveries again, Des, are that good. Sorry to apologise. The deliveries are that good. Any contact at all, and there's a fair chance that you're scoring. And Martinelli's not like that guy that you would ever associate with like scoring from a set piece. He'd be probably one of the last people that you would expect that to happen. I can't even remember any other occasion where he's done that. But it was a great finish. Kind of glances off the back of his head, high into the net, like fantastic hat-trick done.
Yeah, I mean, it's his first senior hat-trick, so well done, Martinelli. We're saying it here on the show. Well done, mate. Got the game ball, deserves it. Your thoughts on the hat-trick goal, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, it's the scrappiest of 3 because he doesn't connect that well. It's a glance off the top of the head, and he had one. I can't remember if it was before that or just after that, but he tries to copy the first headed corner, and he gets it off his shoulder and messes it up. But yeah, it was great. It was great to see him get another set piece goal. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it came from set pieces, but he is good in the air. He scored a few headed goals for us, and he's one of our better headers of the ball in the box.
Cool.
can't even
Much-
recall you, Richard. I can't even recall him scoring a header.
Yeah, there's been a couple where there've been crosses to the back post, and he's risen above his man and headed it in. I can't tell you the games now, but there have been a few, some last season.
I just want to say as well, Kai Havertz came on in about the 65th minute, so it was good to see him back on the pitch.
Yeah.
And he nearly scored in the, I believe it was about the 79th minute. He was pretty close with a header. Didn't go in. But basically, a great game, because there's not much more to say until the final whistle, to be honest with you. It was all said and done, really. A great game, a great watch. And I've got to say, credit to the chat today in the watch along. They just were buzzing today on the chat. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So thank you for your ongoing support. It's much appreciated. So that's basically the game broken down our way. If you can, go back and watch the highlights. If you can watch the whole game again, please do. It's a good game. It's worth a watch. Let us know what you think in the comments, either now or later on if you're watching it later. So we're going to move on to now. We're going to talk about Martinelli now. We've talked about how good he was today, but then we have to talk about this stupid thing that happened, and not so much having a go at Martinelli when he tried to get Bradley off the pitch when Bradley was injured against Liverpool. And the reason I want to bring it up is I think it's because of what I heard Gary Neville say. I don't know if you guys heard this as well, or you've heard it through the media or social, whatever. He turned around and said in commentary, the Liverpool players should be going up to him, punching him and getting a red card. How ridiculous. How is this man a pundit? Mark, go first on that one, bro.
Yeah, I've not heard that. I didn't hear that, Des. But I mean, if he's coming out with that, it's ridiculous. You're right. Is he trying to incite violence? This guy shouldn't be a pundit. I don't like. He honestly, he irritates a living daylights out of me. He really does. He's not much else I can say, Des, and I'm really sorry for it, but you just, I can't keep it clean if I go to speak about Gary Neville. I really can't.
No, that's fine. I understand, man. I understand. I just thought I'd give you the premise so you know what it was about,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And he's just, the guy's an idiot, simple as that. And he's biased, and yeah, it's, do not like him. That's the nicest way
To be honest, he's not the only one, right? He's not the only one, but I'll also say this as well. Anthony Taylor was awful as a referee, absolutely awful. How that man should be reffing Sunday League. I'm sorry, he should. If he's going to ref anything, he should be refereeing non-league or Sunday League, because he's absolutely.
I don't mind them, Des, if I'm being honest. And when I say I don't mind them, I think I don't mind them in the sense of the rest of the referees. Like there's certain referees out there that I just cannot, like I can't, Oliver, I just cannot do them at all.
Well, he's another one I don't like, so I can appreciate that as well.
So like for me, I actually think Anthony Taylor's probably the best of a really bad bunch.
Okay, fair enough.
If that makes
fair
sense.
Comment.
But there's just some awful ones out there, mate.
Right. Okay. Cool. Richard, you said a few things at the time when it happened. So do you want to? Can you remember what you said, and can you break it down so the viewers can?
I mean, you'll go taking Arsenal hat off. He was silly, but you see a player go up. He comes down and he's on the edge of the pitch. He's lying on the touchline, and he's able to get up and move himself onto the field of play to stop any quick throw in or restart. Martinelli picking him up and bundling him off the pitch is silly, but he wasn't to know how badly injured he was at the time, and after treatment, he was put on a stretcher, and it looks like it's ligament damage, and he'll be out for a while. But it wasn't. You couldn't have told that initially in the heat of a moment of play, and when you see him get up and make that movement forward, you think, hang on, are you just time wasting and trying to slow the game down deliberately? Because we all see players do it, and as I said, Martinelli's silly, but the media backlash and some of the comments after it, these fans of other teams have short memories because their own players do it, and we see a lot worse out there. I mean, you take Paulinia today against yesterday against Watkins for Watkins celebrating in front of the Villa fans. Much worse, and very little said about like the things. We've got to get back to real punditry and real. You criticise Martinelli for what he's done, and to say it's stupid, and he could have got himself carded. But then but you've also got to be fair with it and have that energy and attitude with every team and every incident that's similar.
No, I get you. I absolutely get you, mate. It's crazy. Yeah, Martinelli shouldn't have done it probably, but like Mark said, to me, that's Gary Neville inciting violence, and that's not good. It's not good for the game. It's taking the game into disrepute.
And he's done similar in his career himself, so he has a very short memory.
Richard, I don't think I've actually ever seen like many players not do it. That is the thing. Like, if someone's like injured or in line on the goal line, everybody does it. It's an automatic. It's like an automatic thing. Get them off the pitch. And so I've not seen. Like, I don't think any of us would be on the pitch and we would not do that. I think we would do that. So I just think that you see it more times than you don't.
As well. It's a heat of the moment.
You see it more times than you don't, to be honest. It's the best way of putting it. But Neville just like, it's uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled for.
I must admit, I've got to say this as well. To be fair, right? I was busy on Thursday, so Mark and Richard did the watch along. They did a great job. Well done, Richard, as always, mate.
Thank you.
But I've got to say, I was watching it in the pub while I was doing a quiz with no sound on, and the second half, right, basically, it was awful. It was even awful to watch with no sound. Do you know what I mean? So, how you managed to carry on the watch along, I don't know. But
he had to do the second half on his own as well, which made it even worse.
Yeah, you just go on with it. You just get on with it, don't you? And we were poor, but Liverpool poor as well.
But the one good thing we can take from that game is we didn't lose it.
Yeah, I think we'd spoken about this before, hadn't we?
Yeah,
we said if we're not going to win it, don't lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Right, guys, we've got about 15 minutes left because we're only doing an hour show tonight. And sorry that it was a late start. I messed up the studio. It's all on me. Richard had to sort it out, so that's why we started late. So my apologies. But I want to bring up a couple of things that have happened, or they're about to happen, and one might not even happen yet. But we'll talk about that in a minute. The new Saka contract, lads. Yeah. Let me just break it down for you and then give me your thoughts on it. And anybody, if you want to get in the chat and tell us what you think, please do so. 300k a week. Yeah. He'll be the highest paid Arsenal player, won't he, at the moment?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that before tax, that's £1.2 million a month. Is he worth that?
Yeah.
I'll let Mark go
Who
first.
wants to go first? Go on, Mark.
Yeah,
Is he worth
he is.
£1.2 million a month?
He is worth it, but I would. Do you know what, Des? And I'm glad he signed. I'm delighted that he signed. He's a top player for Arsenal, etc. But I would say that he kind of needs to get his finger out a bit, because I don't think his performances this season have been like of top notch by his own standard. I really don't think, and I think that because he comes from Hale End, he doesn't get as criticised as much as the rest of the players, and I think it's wrong, and he deserves to be criticised. So, for me, yeah, brilliant. I believe it's just 31 that he's 31 that he's
Yeah, I think it's
signed
yeah,
to.
31. Yeah.
Yeah, so fantastic. Ties him at Arsenal. I would imagine you would have always wanted that, and yeah, brilliant. But time to get your finger out, Saka, because we need you, mate. And if I'm being honest, his goals and assists have just not been so much there. And I do believe Gyökeres has given him more room on the pitch as well, Dick. So,
Well, yeah, we've had this
yeah.
conversation as well, Mark. Sorry to butt in, but we've had this
No,
conversation as
you're
well.
all right.
That Gyökeres draws players off of Saka, which gives him more room to do what he needs to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just don't feel.
Yes, that debate
Yeah,
again, isn't it? Go on.
I just don't think
Go
his
ahead.
performances have been near me, if I'm being honest. I don't feel that they've been to the Saka levels, and so yeah, glad the contract sorted. Hopefully, he can get his head down now and produce and give us what we know that he can. That's the main thing.
Richard, what's your feelings on it? Oh, hello.
Yeah, I'm glad he signed, and it shows his importance to the team. It shows he believes in what Arteta's doing, and I mean, I will come back because I'm just checking a stat for.
Okay.
So
I'm happy he's signed. I don't mind how much he
Right.
signs for. I'm just, you
so
know, I have
in
to
yeah.
ask the awkward questions.
Yeah, so in
Go on, mate, go on.
yeah, so in 19 games he's had 4 goals, 3 assists. Now, if you think there's been a couple of times there where he's put the ball across into that corridor of uncertainty and players haven't got on the end of it, he could easily have had a few more assists this season. And yes, it's not he's brilliant. He's not been the best version of himself, but he's had 2 serious hamstrings injuries, and he's probably just sort of getting that confidence back in his body because it happened at the end of last season, didn't it? And he's just trying to now to, and it looked for a long while like those 2 hamstrings, one in 2 different legs, in both legs. It sort of knocked the confidence in his body a bit, and he's been and if you notice, we're not making him run back as much, or we weren't. Now he's getting back into that state of play. He's now getting up and down the pitch a bit more, and I've had an injury where when I played rugby and I broke the collarbone 3 times in one match, and when you go into a contact after that, there's always that little thought in your head, and you don't you don't go in as hard, and you're a little bit fearful of that injury repeating itself. And it's more up here than
That makes sense. Yeah,
in
that
the
makes
quality sense. But I think, I mean, I agree with Mark.
Yeah. Can I just ask?
He has to improve, but I think it's more psychological than actual to do with his body than actually quality and what he's doing. That I don't think he's lost any quality. I think it's just regaining that confidence in the body.
Right. Okay. Can
Yeah,
I
I
just
never
ask?
thought
Can
of
you
that.
guys see
Maybe
the comment?
I can't
No.
see any comments at the moment.
No, I've got no comment. Oh, we finally got one.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Quincy Beck.
He's
I thought the chat was evening,
yeah, he's
Quincy.
in our.
I thought the chat was, I thought the chat was messing about. I thought it was playing up. Good evening, Quincy. Thank you for joining us, mate. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mark, you were going to say? I apologise. You were going to say?
Yeah, no, I never. Richard's making a really good point because I've actually forgot about the two hamstrings, and yeah, and that will take a wee bit of confidence away from Saka. So maybe I'm being slightly harsh on him, but Richard, you did say 4 goals and 3 assists in 19 games. I mean, that is poor. Like that is not.
Yeah, I'll give you. I'll do that for you. That's a.
It's pure stats, Richard. To be fair, to be honest, and
It's
you
not a big
said
standard. It's not a big standard, is it? Let's be honest.
exactly.
Right,
That's
so-
the point, Ditch.
Yeah.
That's the point. I mean, if you were going to sit there and say, that I'm going to pay someone 300k a week, and in 19 games they've scored 4 goals and done 3 assists, would you really just say that's justified?
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, yeah, yeah. Even though it is Saka, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if you looked at it and you did it for the season, that would be 14 GA in the Premier League. I mean, we're forgetting what he's done in the Champions League. That's just the Premier League.
It's still a long
Some
way
of
to
them
go.
are penalties. Richard, some of them are penalties as well. You can't forget that.
Yeah.
So
But-
we've still got a long way to go. We've still got a long way to
but
go.
he's likely to improve and get a bit more than that. And if he gets 20 GA this season, it's still a reasonable see in the Premier League alone. That's a decent season. And if he can if he can get sort of closer to 30 in all competitions, you're going to say that's a really good season, and he does.
But Richard, sorry, I'm not meaning to interrupt you, but Richard, that's what I mean. He is that good. You're saying it by his standard. I'm not saying like just as a willy-nilly player. I'm saying by Saka's own standard. It is a massive drop off this season.
Yeah, and
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
no, that's fine, and I agree. But we've also got he for the first time since he broke into the team, I think we've got a team where he doesn't have to be the star man, and again he's probably also trying to sort of figure out because how he gets into how he approaches the games now, because he's had season in and season out. He's had to adapt. The first season he was going by players, then he was getting doubled up on, and he had to thing. And you look, one season it was goal. He scored more goals and assists. Then he got more even. Last season it was more assists than goals, and this season it seems to be reasonably balanced again. So I think it's he's adapting season on season to what he's coming up against.
But Richard, you're saying that he's not like he doesn't have to be the star man. Sorry, you're the highest paid player at the football club.
Yeah, I'm saying
So
he's,
therefore, the exceptions have to go up.
yeah. What I'm saying is he's probably adapting to the fact that there are other players around him that are like Rice and that are and it used to be on his shoulders all the time, and now other players are taking that responsibility away from him, which isn't a bad thing, but it sort of, where do I go and how do I put myself back onto that, into that mantle of being the main man?
Yeah, Richard, I'm not being disrespectful. Sorry, Des. I'm not being disrespectful to your opinion, right? But if I'm getting paid the highest on your work, Richard, right? So I'm working for us and I'm getting paid the highest to everybody there. And then you're saying that other people have to take away the responsibility. So I get paid the most, but other people do my job. And what life does that sound okay?
I get where you're coming from, but what I'm saying is that this season, and it's not maybe not his fault. I mean, if you look at, I can't remember the game a couple of weeks ago. Was it the Brighton game? I think, where everything went down the left-hand side, went down through Trossard, down through Trossard rather than Saka's side, and sometimes through no fault of your own, you're because of the positions he's in, he's not got the ball enough to be the difference maker.
No, I understand that. I do understand that, and a lot has been, which is brilliant because we've always complained that we're right-hand side biased, and we never used to go down the left-hand side. So it's great if we're doing like a bit of both. 100%. I'm not denying that. However, when Saka does have it, I think there's more there, Richard, with him, and sometimes he frustrates me. Sometimes because I know how good he is.
What I want is to see him in a quarter-final, semi-final, and final to get us over the line. And if he does that, I'll be happy. I'll see if I've got all these stats this season. It will take me a few seconds while you carry on talking.
Well, I think we're going to end this one in a minute, guys, because we're nearly out of time. But you find your stats, Rich. We didn't even get onto the gamey point, but we can bring that up another time. That's absolutely fine. You both make fair points about Saka, and I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from, Mark, when you say, "Oh, you're paying me 300 grand a week, but everybody else has got to do my job." Yeah, you're there for a specific job, aren't you? Get your job done, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely, that's it. And it's not that I'm disrespecting them.
No, at all. We don't. You're just being honest. You're just being honest.
Yes.
I don't see it as disrespect.
So a quick one. He's had 46 shots with 19 on target, 41% shot accuracy, 80% completion rate. That's in the Premier League. So
I'll tell you one thing he does have to do. He has to add this to his job CV, right? Feed the beast.
Yeah, so in the Champions League, he's had 5 matches, two goals, 1 assist. In the EFL, he's had three matches, 1 goal. So that's 27 games, and he's had 7 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah, but Richard,
he's had 5. He's had 5 in the Premier League, 5 assists in the Premier League.
Richard, that's absolutely fine, but it's a lot of money.
So that's his complete stats this season.
He has to step up. He has to step, and he has to feed the beast. He has to feed Gyökeres. He has to. He has to start doing that because that's part of the reason that Gyökeres. That's part of the reason why Gyökeres is looking bad. So.
That's a thing for a topic for another week because I think
maybe it is because we are running out of time. So, yeah, that's fine. But we're running out of time because I said I'd keep it to an hour, so we've done that.
Yeah,
guys, all I can say is thank you very much for your time tonight, Mark. Thanks for your comments and everything. Are you doing
I do appreciate it.
That's no worries, man. Are you doing a review show tomorrow?
I don't know. I've not reached out to the guys at the moment. Last week was crazy, so Probably,
That's okay,
I
that's
doubt that'll probably happen this week because it's been just like a crazy week in total, to
All
be
right, no
honest.
worries.
So probably get back to doing it next week.
Okay. Richard, we've got shots fired on Wednesday, haven't we?
Yeah, you're doing the Carabao Cup game Wednesday, are you?
I will probably be doing that, yes. Are you going to join me for the first half?
If I can, it depends what time it starts. I know,
Right, okay.
I think it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, but I'm not sure.
If not, I'll do it on my own, mate. That's fine. Richard,
Yeah,
thanks very much.
I'll let you know on the night because it depends when everyone turns up.
Okay, mate, no bother. Thanks very much for tonight, Richard. Thanks very much for this afternoon. The watch along was great. Mark, thanks for being in the chat and the watch along as well. It was banging today, absolutely banging. Guys, if you watch this later, if you agree with the lads or me or disagree with us, let us know in the comments. Okay. So I'm going to end this one now. Look after each other, take care of each other, love each other. Let's say it together, lad, with chest. Come on, the Gunners.
Come on, the Gunners.
Come on, you Gunners.
And go on, boys. Go on, boys. Look after each other. Peace. We're out of here.